Hello, my name is Ryan Chernin, and I'll be doing Biff from Death of a Salesman, Henry Bloom from The Rise and Fall of Annie Hall, and Hal from Henry IV Part 1. Thank you. I spent 6 or 7 years after high school trying to work myself up. Shipping clerk, salesman, business of one kind or another. And it's a measly manner of existence to get on that subway on the hot mornings in summer, to devote your entire life to keeping stock or making phone calls or selling or buying. To suffer 50 weeks of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation when all you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt off. And always to have to get ahead of the next fella. And still, that's how you build a future. I've had 20 or 30 different kinds of jobs since I left home before the war, and it always turns out the same. Just realized it lately. In Nebraska when I herded cattle, in the Dakotas, in Arizona, and now in Texas. That's why I came home now, I guess, because I realized it. This farm I work on, it's spring there now, see? And they've got about 15 new colts. There's nothing more inspiring than the sight of a mare and a new colt. And it's cool there now, see? Texas is cool now when it's spring. But whenever spring gets to where I am, I suddenly get the feeling, my God, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell am I doing playing around with horses? $28 a week? I'm 34 years old. I ought to be making my future. That's when I come running home. And now I get here and I don't know what to do with myself. I've always made a point of not wasting my life. And every time I come back here, I know that all I've done is to waste my life. This is my writing partner, Will Steiner. He's kind of like one of these self-taught idiot savant composer type guys. Kind of like Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, except, well, he doesn't have a worldwide reputation for being a musical genius. He's just kind of like this nice gay dude who gets high a lot and plays the piano. We were in the same class together at Northwestern for undergrad and been working together for the past 12 years. See, what we do is, we like to take something that you wouldn't normally think of as fun and we turn it into a musical comedy. Like the first show we did at school, it was this musical comedy version of The Seagull called Birds of a Feather. And yes, that kind of thing was fine for college. Well, at this point, I'm kind of urging us to do something a little more mainstream. I mean, I'm nearly 30 and I'm still taking money from my parents, he says, softly crying inside. So yeah, you could say it's getting to be kind of a make or break situation. Do not think so, you will not find it so. And God forgive them that so much have swayed your majesty's good thoughts away from me. I'll redeem all of this on Percy's head, and in the closing of some glorious day be bold to tell you that I am your son. When I will wear a garment of all blood and stain my favors in a bloody mask, which washed away shall scour my shame with it. And that shall be the day, whenever it lights, that this same child of honor and renown, this gallant Hotspur, this all-praised knight, and your unthought of Harry chance to meet. For every honor sitting on his helmet, they were multitudes, and on my head my shame's redoubled. For the time will come that I shall make this northern youth exchange his glorious deeds for my indignities. Percy is but my factor, good my lord, to engross up glorious deeds on my behalf. And I shall make him render every glory up, yea, even the slightest worship of his time, or I will tear the reckoning from his heart. This, in the name of God, I promise here, the which if he be pleased, I do perform. I do beseech your majesty may salve the long-grown wounds of my intemperance. If not, well, the end of life cancels all bonds, and I will die 100,000 deaths ere break the smallest parcel of this vow.